Hey guys, Ricardo here and welcome to another blog tech tips. In today's tutorial guys, we'll look at the Galaxy A16 as seen here. This is the Samsung Galaxy A16 and of course I'm going to show you how to fix the problem where your device is not charging. Now let's get straight into it. Alright, so I'm going to show you the troubleshooting steps that I would normally go through if I'm trying to diagnose an issue with charging issues with any of these phones. Now, the first thing that can prevent charging is that the problems can be divided into two groups. Either it's a software issue or it's a hardware issue. Alright, so we're going to run through all of the above to see if we can actually pinpoint what's happening, alright, and diagnose it, alright. So the first thing that you want to do is to go ahead and check your charger. All right, so if this is your charger, you can go ahead and place your charger in. All right, this is a demonstration device. As you heard, it's charging and we know it's charging, so everything is good. Now if it weren't charging, the first thing I would do to troubleshoot the problem is to remove the charger. Now starting with the cable. Now this is hardware and of course the cable itself, sometimes these cables are very flimsy. For example, this is a high grade cable and of course this would be a general regular cable. As you can see here, this one is very thin, right? And of course this is high quality, right? This one is very reliable. Never use any aftermarket random cables, all right? So go ahead and try to find the original cable. So if you're using one of these, such as that comes with some weird Chinese aftermarket device, you might find that it doesn't work and it can be dangerous for your phone. So switch this out. All right, this is a OEM from Samsung and of course this one is way better. And I would recommend the one that came with your device or purchase another one. All right, so you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna switch out and you're gonna make sure that you try the new cable. Now of course the new cable, if it's not the cable, the next thing you can try along the way guys is to switch out to another adapter. Make sure you're using the right adapter and a Samsung original, all right, if it's a Samsung phone, as in the case of the A16. All right, so it's best to buy directly from Samsung or use one that was from a Samsung phone or came with a Samsung phone or is sold by Samsung. All right, so if it's not this or the cable, the next thing, make sure that the outlet you're plugged into is also working properly. Now if you have eliminated all of these, for example, it's not the brick, it is not the charging cable, and of course it's not the source, as other phones are charging fine, especially with the same combination of charger and cable, then you should be next you should go on to the next step. Next, we're going up the line. We're going to check the port itself. Now this is a USB Type-C port. As you can see, my port here is very clean, and some cases your port is dirty, meaning there's dirt or lint in there. I want you to go ahead guys and you're going to get a toothpick. It can be a toothpick that comes from a toothpick that basically that's made out of plastic or of wood, non-conductive material. You're going to go ahead and you're going to clean the port. You can actually get some canned air or something that blows air, and you're going to blow into the port itself. Make sure it's dry here, nothing with moisture. You're going to clean out the port, remove the lint and the dirt. All right, if you do that and of course the port is clean, you can go ahead once more and then you can try to connect your USB cable. Make sure it's snug and all the way in, and of course it should start charging. In some cases it might not start, it might still not be working, and the next step would be to go on guys and make sure that the port itself is dry. If you're getting a warning about moisture on screen, it could be that the moisture warning is actually causing the problem and it has disabled charging. So go ahead and you're going to get a piece of tissue paper. You're going to clean the port just to make sure that any residual dirt, dust, and of course any moisture is removed. All right, if you have a dehumidifier that can actually absorb moisture, you can actually use that to suck out any additional moisture. After you do that guys, especially if you're getting a moisture warning, go ahead and plug the charger back in, and of course again it should fix a number of issues, especially with these devices, all right, in case it's idea of moisture. Now of course it could be guys that it is hardware damage, all right, And of course, if it's hardware damage, it would mean that the port itself needs to be changed. So something is wrong on the inside, and especially with the charge port, and it needs to be repaired. Of course, you need to take this into a professional if you cannot do that yourself. And of course, guys, another thing that you can try is that you can go into your apps and USB settings, and you can clear the USB settings in case it's a software glitch. That should fix it. Let me show you how to do that. So you're gonna go here. You're gonna go to settings. Make sure in the main setting, you're gonna go to apps. All right, so once you go into apps, you're gonna go down. Sorry, before you go down, you're gonna show hidden files. So it's off by default, turn it on. You're gonna go okay. All right, once you do that, what's happening is that all hidden files will be shown. You can notice them already. You're gonna search for or look for USB settings. All right, here we are, USB settings. And of course, sometimes this does need a reset. You're gonna tap on USB setting, and that is if it's a software-based issue. You're gonna go to the option that says storage. Then of course, you're gonna clear the cache for this. And you're gonna clear cache and you're gonna clear data. All right, you can do both. Then you're gonna reboot the phone, and once you reboot the phone, of course, again guys, once you reboot, what should happen is that it should start charging. So you can go ahead again and of course try to charge, and that is if it's a software issue. All right, now there's a last tip, and this one is a bit tricky. So I'll have to first power off your phone. And of course, this will only work in the case where it's a software problem. All right, so you're gonna go ahead and set your USB here. Do not plug it all the way in, just make sure it's right at the entrance of the port. And this one will bypass any software glitch if in case it's an app. All right, so if there's an app messing with charging, you're gonna go ahead now and bypass it. So you're gonna turn on, press the power button. So when you see the Samsung logo, go ahead and plug the device all the way in. Now what we have just done is to basically plug in the charger right before the system gets to load any of the software related to your device. So if there was something related in software that was blocking the charging, by doing this right before at the Samsung logo, it basically would have bypassed whatever software was causing the problem. By doing that, now the system should start to charge if it's a software-based issue. Go ahead and check for charging. As you can see with mine, it is charging. And you can see the charging beside the charge logo, or beside the charge sign, charge side beside the battery. All right. Now, of course, if it doesn't start charging, it would mean that most likely it's not software based, because we have tried every bypass and every trick. And of course, now it would indicate that something is wrong here in terms of the charge port. In a case like that, the Galaxy A16 does not come with wireless charging. If it was a device, in case you're using this as a general tutorial, if it was a device that had wireless charging, you could try using or use wireless charging to bypass the port down here. However, on the A16s, they do not have wireless charging, so of course that wouldn't work. All right, so in a case like that, your only option is to take the device in to have the port fixed. All right, so we have exhausted all the tricks and tips as to how to get your device charging again. Do hope this was useful, and as always guys, Ricardo from Blog Tech Tips. See you in the next one guys. Bye.